Good morning, all. I understand that we have two victims on the phone. Good morning, Ms. Rubin.
Good morning.
Mr. Terrace, is that you out there in the ether somewhere?
Yes, Judge. Good morning.
Good morning. I understand we also have two victims on the line. I see one number beginning in 239. I see one number beginning in 406, telephone number that is. With the individual with the number 239, please let me know who you are and which case you're on.
Good morning, Judge. This is actually the interpreter, the Spanish interpreter. The 239 is the Spanish interpreter.
Well, now, okay, I got that figured out. I'll let you know as soon as we need you. There's also a number I see on the screen beginning in 406. Is that a victim who'd like to be heard? Is that a yes? I didn't hear you.
Yes.
Which case, ma'am?
I don't have my case with me.
Oh, no. What's the person's name?
Oh, Pedro Munoz.
Pedro Munoz. Okay. All right. And if you feel comfortable, can you tell me your name?
Tanya.
Tanya. Okay. All right. We're going to get started. All right. At the jail. Good morning, sir. Can you tell me your name? That's you.
Your Honor, this is the mute individual.
Oh,
His name
okay.
is Davis Raymond.
Okay. This is Mr. Davis, I believe. Good morning, Mr. Davis. And I'll note that we have the ASL interpreter. Good morning, ma'am. Mr. Davis, do you speak American Sign Language? I mean, excuse me, do you use American Sign Language or understand it? Okay.
No.
All right. Well, thank you very much, ma'am. I don't think we're going to need your services. I do appreciate you getting up and being ready to help.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Mr. Davis, we're going to do this as best we can. We'll just get going here. This is a time set for your initial appearance. Let me pull up your case. All right. Do we have a number on that one? 15. Somebody else have it? Be right with you, sir. We're taking you out of order. Thank you. All right. Okay. You are Raymond Lee Davis. If you are, give me a thumbs up. Great. All right. Let me see some other things here. Give me a second. Mr. Davis, is your date of birth November 8, 1963? Give me a thumbs up. Okay, you're nodding in the affirmative. Thank you. All right, this is a time set for your initial appearance. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. At initial appearance, all I do is decide what the release conditions are, and then the case goes on and is assigned to another judge. What I'm going to do is hear from the lawyers and see what they recommend. Let me just ask you one more question. I see we have a street address on South Craycroft Road. Is that still a good address? South Craycroft Road? That's you, Mr. Davis. Do you live on South Craycroft Road, Mr. Davis? Okay. Okay, that's not a good address. Very well. All right. Well, let me hear from the state. Mr. Terrace, I got your recommendation of $10,000. Anything to add?
Judge, I believe pretrial services, excuse me, has this listed as a possession case, but given the amount of methamphetamine, I believe it was 58 grams, that's a for sale quantity and a significant amount of methamphetamine. So the state would request that $10,000.
Okay. Ms. Rubin, your thoughts?
Yes, Your Honor. I don't have much information, but it does look like his last felony case occurred in 2012. So that's been a while. And he's 60 years old.
Okay, thank you. And yeah, the last one was in 2012, but he wasn't released from prison until 6 years later, approximately. So what I'm going to do, I am going to oppose bond in this matter in the amount of $10,000 cash or secured. Should the defendant post bond, he shall be released to pretrial services, supervision. Again, if he posts bond, he shall comply with all monitoring and treatment recommendations of pretrial services, surrender any firearms and not possess any firearms, no alcohol or illegal drugs. The next hearing is the arraignment, I believe, currently set on August 19 at 1 p.m. Okay. Thank you, sir.
That's the preliminary
Is
hearing?
that the preliminary hearing? You're right. I'm sorry. I don't know. It says arraignment on my calendar, but I think it should be preliminary hearing. Thank you, Ellen. I appreciate the help there. Okay, Mr. I'm sorry. I'm looking at I pulled up the wrong one. Give me a second. Stand by, please. Let's see. Be with you right in a minute, Mr. Davis. I'm still kind of learning the ins and outs of this thing. Yeah, I'm sorry. Thank you, Ellen. The next hearing is the preliminary hearing that's currently set for August 27, 2024, 1:30 p.m. That date will likely change if you are released. It's important that you keep in touch with your lawyer. I'm going to appoint the public defender's office to represent you, and also keep in touch with pretrial services. All right. Okay, thank you, sir. You're excused.
Okay. He has a misdemeanor too, but shouldn't the date be the first date you said, the 19th, because he's being held
No, I'd look.
instead
I'm looking
of
on,
the 20-day date?
looking on here, Ellen, it says the 27th. So you have,
If they're being held in custody?
yeah, yes. Well, I mean, if he posts bond, he's not, but the preliminary hearing for in custody on this one is August 27th. Is that what you have, Kim? That's what, yeah, that's what I have.
Okay,
Okay, and hold on, Ellen, you're saying he's got a misdemeanor?
yeah,
City court, stand by, please. Let me find that. Do you know which number that is, Kim?
It should be in the file 15.
Oh, okay. That's how we do it. That's right. Okay. That's the driving on suspended license? Is that what you have? It's being dismissed. Okay, yeah, Ellen, I have something in the file indicating that the city court case is being dismissed, so I will order under cause number TR 24032179 upon motion by the city attorney's office. Looks like it's already been signed and dismissed.
okay.
Oh, hold on. I'm sorry.
Just the driving on suspended, you still have to take care of.
At this hearing?
No, he's got to do the city court to do that.
Okay, but I don't have to do anything. Okay, there's, Ellen, apparently it's, or Mr. Davis, apparently there's still a civil infraction that you're gonna have to deal with in city court, so it didn't go away, just the criminal aspect of it did. Okay, thank you, sir. Appreciate your patience with me. You're excused. Yes, sir. Okay.
Excuse me, Your Honor, this is Officer Adame at the jail. Would you like to do the Spanish speaker next?
If they bring the Spanish speaker, I'll do it. I promise. Can the jail,
Sounds good.
can the jail prioritize that one? Do we know, Kim? Yeah, at the jail, if you could move the Spanish speaker.
Oh, yes.
Thank you. That'd be great. All right, folks at the jail, is this Mr. Nunes?
Yes.
Thank you. Okay, Mr. Interpreter, you're up. Here we go. Good morning. Is your name Samuel Nunes?
Yes.
Buenos días, su nombre es Samuel Núñez.
Sí.
Mr. Nunes, do you need an interpreter or do you speak English?
Well,
Señor Núñez, ¿ocupa intérprete o habla usted el inglés?
Okay. Based on what I'm seeing, it looks to me, Mr. Nunes, like you don't need an interpreter. You don't have to interpret that, Madam Interpreter. Am I correct?
Correct.
Okay. Thank you, Madam Interpreter. We're not going to need your services on this one.
Your Honor, I think that's the only Spanish.
Yeah, that's the only one I see. Thank you very much. I appreciate you showing up this morning.
Thank you.
Okay, bye. Okay, Mr. Nunes, thank you. This is the time set for your initial appearance. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. Mr. Nunes, we have a general delivery address. Do you have a better address than that, or is that your address as of now?
Sir, as of now.
Okay, as of now, just general delivery. Okay, like I said, this is your initial appearance. You have the right to remain silent. All I do today is set release conditions and give you some information about the next hearing. So I'll hear first from the state, and then I'll hear from that lady next to you, Ms. Rubin, and then I'll tell you what I'm going to do. Go ahead, Brad.
Judge, the state's recommendation is pretrial services. He also appears to be both SMART and STEPS eligible.
Okay, Ms. Rubin, I'm inclined to release Mr. Nunes to pretrial services if he is interested in the SMART and STEPS program. So let me talk to him very quickly. We have a program at the Superior Court, Mr. Nunes. I think it's a good thing that helps people when they have these kind of offenses and charges, get some treatment, get some help, housing, the general delivery thing, maybe address that, job opportunities, things like that. Is that something you'd be interested in taking part in?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay, that sounds okay. That being the case, I am inclined to follow the state's recommendation. Did you make a record, Ellen?
No.
Thank you. I'm going to release Mr. Nunes to pretrial services. He shall attend a SMART hearing at the Pima County Superior Court on August 26, 2024 at 9 a.m. He shall comply with monitoring and treatment recommendations as directed by pretrial services, not possess any firearms and surrender any that he has, no alcohol or illegal drugs. I will appoint the public defender to represent Mr. Nunes in this matter. Ms. Rubin, will Mr. Nunes waive time in the preliminary hearing to accommodate the SMART proceedings?
Yes.
I will set the with time waves, set the preliminary hearing on October 1, 2024 at 1:30 p.m. Mr. Nunes, in the interim, you got to make sure you go over to Superior Court where I work and make sure you go there on August 26, 2024 at 9 a.m. It's going to be on the third floor, either Judge Hampson or Judge Miller. They both do great work, and hopefully they can help you out. You understand?
Understand.
Okay, take advantage of this. It can really help you out. All right?
All right.
Okay. You're excused.
He's got a misdemeanor.
City Court. No, keep doing that. If it's not on the screen, I forget that it's in the file. So, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, looks like you got these just look like warrants. Okay, looks like you got a couple warrants at a city court. Never a good thing. That's what you get picked up like that. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to release you on your promise to appear on these matters because I want to make sure you get involved in that SMART court. I'm not going to hold you on these. You understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you got some for some devious assaults, disorderly conduct. Looks like a couple disorderly conducts, things like that. You got to address these. They're in city court, different court. You got to make sure you appear. All right.
Okay.
Okay. So the next hearing, because I'm going to release you on your promise to appear, the next hearing will be on September 25, 2024 at 10 a.m. You're going to be in front of Judge Hale. You're not to possess or consume any alcohol. You're to commit no acts of domestic violence. You're not to possess any firearm or weapons and surrender any that you do have to the Tucson Police Department. You're to have no contact at all with the alleged victims, and you're not to return to the incident location. You understand all that?
Yes.
Okay, make sure you appear on these because if you don't, a warrant will issue and you'll be sitting over there having the same conversation with a different judge, all right?
All right.
Okay, don't blow this, all right? Good luck.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, where do you work?
And Kimberly, if you just want to pass them to me, I can hand them over. Okay, I know, but still. I want to get your steps in, I understand, so. Good morning, can you tell me your name?
Flores Ramirez.
Okay, thank you. Okay, Mr. Ramirez, this is a time set for your initial appearance. I see a date of birth of, let's see it, August 25, 2006. Is that your date of birth?
Yeah,
And I see an address on South Cardinal Avenue. Is that a good address?
yeah.
Okay, this is a time set for your initial appearance in this case. State's recommendation, I see you're recommending $10,000 and then release to pretrial services. You postpone. Anything you want to add?
No, Your Honor.
Ms. Rubin, your thoughts?
He's being held on 2 other cases, so we'd ask that you set a bond, so he's getting time credit.
Very well. I'm going to set bond in this matter, $5,000 cash or secured. Should he post bond in this case, he shall be subject to pretrial services supervision. No firearms or weapons, surrender any that he does have, no alcohol or illegal drugs. Comply with monitoring and treatment requirements as directed by pretrial services. I'll appoint the public defender to represent Mr. Ramirez in this matter. The next hearing will be the preliminary hearing on August 27, 2024 at 1:30 p.m. Mr. Ramirez, if you post bond, you got to make sure you appear at that hearing. So if you do post bond, you need to contact the public defender who I appointed to represent you and pretrial services. If you're still in custody, arrangements will be made to transport you. You understand?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. Good luck, sir. So do you want me to give all to you even? Okay. Morning. Can you tell me your name?
Yes, it is Clay Crouch.
Morning, Mr. Crouch. Find your file. What number is he? Can you guys tell? Number 3? Thank you.
I'm sorry, Your Honor. De La Luz Moses, he's still at the hospital, so that's why I skipped him to Crouch.
Okay, great. Thank you. I appreciate that. All right, Mr. Crouch, thank you. Let me get organized here. Mr. Crouch, this is a time set for your initial appearance. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. All I'm doing today is setting release conditions on this matter. I see a date of birth of July 7 of 1982. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
And I see an address on North Camino Escalante. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, as indicated, I'm going to set release conditions and tell you when your next hearing is. Mr. Torres, anything to add to your recommendation?
No, Judge.
Anything, Ms. Rubin?
He's being held on other charges, so we'd ask that you set a bond, so he's getting time credit.
Very well. I'm gonna set bond in this matter, $10,000 cash or secured. Should Mr. Crouch post bond, he will be released to pretrial service and supervision. No alcohol or drugs, no firearms or weapons, and surrender any firearms and weapons that you do have. You got to submit to monitoring and treatment as directed by pretrial services. I'm appointing the public defender's office to represent you. Your next hearing will be the preliminary hearing on August 27th, 2024 If you're still in custody, arrangements will be made to make sure you make that hearing. It will probably change that hearing date. So if you do post bond, make sure you get in touch with your public defender and ask when the new date is, and also ask pretrial services. Do you understand, sir?
Yes.
Okay.
I haven't heard the charges though.
What's that? Okay, yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, you've been charged with promoting prison contraband and possession of a dangerous drug. Okay, thank you, sir.
Set up. Post the bond.
Ellen, I got a question for you, Ellen. Do you
Yeah.
have any documentation there that they can see in terms of the charges?
No, they don't have that.
Okay.
So usually the judges just say what they're here for.
Thank you. All right, can you tell me your name?
My name is David Hall.
Your name is Four, gotcha. Okay. Yeah, I have Troy Patrick Stewart Banta Hall. I don't see Dave Hall.
DAVIDHALL.
Also known as Troy Patrick Stewart Anderson.
Okay, all I have here is information about Troy Hall with a couple of, what's your date of birth?
04/23/2002.
Yeah, we got the wrong hall. Yeah, we'll have you step off. Thank you.
Oh, wait, no, look, okay, no.
All right. In the meantime, Your Honor, we'll just skip to the JP misdemeanors, and I'll get that right guy for you.
Great, thanks.
Yeah, you guys sit in the front. Yeah. Yeah, the word is like that. Be part of it.
Good morning. Can you tell me your name?
Peter Gabriel Kunes.
Right with you, okay?
Sound good?
All right. Thanks. All right, we have Peter Gabriel Kunes in this matter. Mr. Kunes, this is the time set for your initial appearance. All I do is set release conditions. Let me ask you a couple of questions. First off, you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. I show a date of birth of March 10 of 91. Is that accurate?
That is correct.
And I show an address on West Ranchers Drive. Is that accurate?
That is.
Okay. Give me a sec. All right.
Okay.
Okay, Mr. Kunes, I show essentially a ticket / complaint alleging 3 misdemeanor counts of domestic violence, disorderly conduct. What I'm going to do is set release conditions. And Mr. Torres, you don't make any recommendations on these, correct?
What?
Are you serious?
That's correct, Judge.
All right, hold on 1 second. I do have some information for pretrial services. What I'd be inclined to do, Ms. Rubin, is release Mr. Kunes, on his promise to appear, put in some no contact provisions regarding the minor children, return to the incident location, et cetera, and inquire as to whether he needs to go back. You need to make a record?
No, actually, we don't represent the misdemeanors.
Oh, that's right. Thank you. Mr. Kunes, do you live at the residence where on West Ranchers Drive?
I do.
Okay.
That is mine.
And what I'm going to do is I'm going to order as follows. I'm going to release you on your signature, your promise to appear at the next hearing, which would be, looks like the arraignment on the 16th of September at, let me get there. 10:30 a.m. in front of Judge Wilson.
I'm sorry, at what time?
At 10:30 a.m., September 16, 2024, at 10:30 a.m. in front of Judge Wilson. You may return to the incident location with a police escort to pick up the necessary belongings to live somewhere else. After that, no contact with the minor age children in this matter until further order of the court. You can ask the judge down the line to address that if you so wish. But other than the one return to the incident location with a police escort, you can't go back there. No firearms or weapons, no acts of domestic violence. No.
So do I have to keep?
Hold on,
I'm
let me
sorry.
finish. No contact with
Okay.
minor age children. Yeah, do you have a question for me?
Yeah, I apologize. So when I go collect my belongings, I cannot grab none of my firearms. I gotta leave them there.
Yeah, no firearms until further order of the court. That's something that the assigned judge can address, but in domestic violence situations, given their volatile nature, that's standard order fine. Okay?
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. And if you break that order, this becomes way more than misdemeanor. So you got to be real careful and real smart. Okay?
Of course.
Okay, we're going to give you that. You'll get a copy of all that information I just said. Okay?
Okay, perfect.
I hope things work out for you, Mr. Kunes. Thank you.
I appreciate it. Thank you, Your Honor.
You. Morning. Can you tell me your name?
Michael Humphreys.
All right, Mr. Humphreys, be right with you. Okay, Mr. Humphreys, this is your initial appearance. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. Let me see what we have here in terms of like you might have a city court matter as well as a justice court matter. You do. You got some warrants out of city court. Let's deal in a new charge. Let's deal with the justice court matter first. Looks like you're looking at, stand by, please. Okay, yeah, criminal trespass and third degree and shoplifting. All right. I also note that you have, looks like four failures to appear and one new charge in city court. What I'm going to do today is I'm going to set release conditions. Given the failures to appear, I'm not especially hopeful that you'd appear if I release you on your own recognizance. So on the justice court matter, I'm going to set bond in the amount of $1,500 cash or secured. Your next hearing will be on August 19, 2024 at 1 p.m. in front of Judge Cornejo. Stand by. If you do post bond, you're not to go to the incident location and you're not to have any contact with the alleged victims in the matter. No alcohol or illegal drugs. I'm going to appoint, let's see, who's up for the JP. appointment. I'm going to appoint Attorney Jill. Let me find her name here. Jill Gookin represents you in this matter. And the case is ultimately going to be assigned to Judge Cornejo. I'm going to give you the information, but bottom line is your next hearing, either if you postpone or if you don't, you'll be transported. It'll be set up by the jail. Will be on August 19, 2024 at 1 p.m. So in a couple days. So that's what's going on with the Justice Court misdemeanor charges, excuse me. And then for the city charges, like I said, you have failures to appear on criminal defacing, shoplifting, drug paraphernalia, 2 more shopliftings, a criminal trespass, and then there's the new charges of theft and criminal trespass. What I'm going to do on these is I'm going to hold you on these as well. Again, given the repetitive nature, $1,500 cash is secured. You're not to don't possess alcohol or firearms. If you do postpone, no contact with the alleged victims, no returning to the incident location. I'm going to appoint City Public Defender's Office to represent you. Your next hearing will be on August 26, 2024 at 1:45 p.m. in front of Judge Cerrillo. Looks like it will be a video review hearing. Yeah. Okay. And again, if you don't post bond, the jail will make accommodations to make sure that you understand all that.
Yes.
Thank you. You're excused.
Lutz.
Morning. Can you tell me your name?
Julia Elizabeth Lutz.
Give me a second, Ms. Lutz. I'll catch up with you in a minute. Okay. I show a date of birth, September 15, 1969,
That's
and an address on North Desert Olive Drive. Is that correct, ma'am?
correct.
Okay. This is the time set for your initial appearance. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You've been charged with misdemeanor assault, domestic violence. I've received some information, including indication from the alleged victim in this matter, that you're welcome to return and he'd like further contact with you. And he has no objection to you being released from custody. I also have some other information available. What I'm going to do in this case, ma'am, is I'm going to release you on your signature, your promise, release you on your signature, your promise to appear at the future hearing in this date, which would be on September 11th at 10:30 a.m. It would be the arraignment at Oro Valley City Court. You have to appear at that. If not, a warrant would issue for your arrest. You understand that?
Do.
Okay. You're to not possess any firearms or weapons, and you're to have no unconsented contact with Richard Lutz. So if Mr. Lutz has a change of heart and says, I think it's better that you leave and not have contact, you have to abide by that and go somewhere else and not have contact with him until a judge makes further orders. Okay.
Okay.
You understand all that?
I do.
Okay. All right. Well, I hope things work out for you. I really do. So you'll get a piece of paper that has all that information about the date on the next hearing, which is again on September 11, 2024 at 10:30 a.m. in Oro Valley City Court. Okay. Okay. Thank you, ma'am. Yeah, that would help. Huh? Be right with you. Okay, good morning. Can you tell me your name?
Roy Matos.
Give me a second, Mr. Matos. I forgot to sign something over here. Something unrelated. On this, can you need to check this one? You just go off the first one. Okay, thank you. All right. I want to give you my full attention. Give me a second. Here we go. Okay, Mr. Matos, this is a time set for your initial appearance. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. I think you're number 8. Yeah. Looks like we also have some warrants and some other things. I show a date of birth, December 27 of 91. Is that your date of birth?
Yeah.
And I show an address on West of Sierra Tuta Road. Is that your address?
Yeah. Then
Okay. Well, okay. We got a couple things going on here. Looks like in Pima County Justice Court, you've been charged with shoplifting. All right. What else do we have? And looks like we have some warrants from 2023 again in Pima County Justice Court for shoplifting and criminal trespass. And then looks like you got some city action here too. Hold on. City, you have some warrants for theft, resisting arrest, theft, drug paraphernalia. And these are all, Kimberly, these are all older cases, FTAs, correct? Thanks, I appreciate that. Give me a second. Want to make sure I don't miss anything. Yeah, okay. All right. So you got warrants from 2 courts and new charges in Justice Court. What I'm going to do, given all the failures to appear warrants and what appears to be repetitive behavior in terms of not appearing, is I'm going to set a bond in the new case in the new shoplifting matter. I'm going to set bond in the amount of $500 cash or secured. The next hearing will be, looks like your arraignment, yeah, on the 19th of this month. So in 2 days and at 1 p.m. in front of Judge Cornejo. If you do post bond, don't go to the incident location. You can't return there or have any contact with the victim business. You have no alcohol or illegal drugs and no firearms or weapons. I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you in this case. I'm going to appoint attorney. I think I saw that Anna Dennis was up. Yeah, I'm going to appoint attorney Anna Dennis to represent you. So one more time, your next hearing is a criminal arraignment on 2 days from now, August 19, 2024, 1 p.m. in Pima County Justice Court. I'm setting bond in amount of $500 cash or secured. I'm appointing you a lawyer, Anna Dennis. You're not to return to the alleged incident location or have contact with the alleged victims. No firearms, no alcohol or illegal drugs. So that's what's happening on the new shoplifting case. As for the warrant, hold on. I'm sorry. As for the warrants out of city court, I'm going to order bond in the amount of $500 cash or secured. If you post bond, do not possess or consume alcohol or illegal drugs. Don't possess any firearms. No contact of any kind with the alleged victim. No return to the incident location. I'll appoint the city public defender's office to represent you. Your next hearing is a video review, August 26, 2024 at 1:45 p.m. in front of Judge Maldonado. Okay. So you got a lot going on. You're gonna have to deal with this. You'll get some paperwork that shows all the dates, times, etc. that I talked about. Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Hey, wait. Hey, wait.
Matas.
Why don't you tap them?
Wake up, brother, gonna rise.
Yeah.
Matas.
All right. Bye.
Step 3.
Go back out the door. Downstairs.
look, everybody just do your thing.
That's
Yeah. I'll do that right after this one, okay? Tell me your name, please.
Adrian Metler.
Good morning, Mr. Metler. Let me pull this up, see what I have in terms of information. Mr. Metler, this is a time set for your initial appearance. What I do is I set release conditions and tell you when your next hearing is. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. I got a date of birth of, looks like Christmas Eve of 2000. Is that your date of birth?
Yes.
Okay. And an address on West Camino Tierra. Is that still a good address?
Yes.
Looks like we're hearing a warrant. You have a warrant for, looks like DUI from 2021. Did you know you had that warrant?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. Let's see what else I have about you. Okay, I don't have any other information about any other bad behavior. What I'm going to do is I'm going to release you on your promise to appear and deal with this warrant in the pending case. It's not going to go away. You'll just keep getting picked up if you blow me off. You understand?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm going to release you on your promise to appear in Pima County Justice Court. Your next hearing is on, hold on one second. September 3, 2024 at 1:30 p.m. in front of, it's like Judge Wilson. You understand?
Yes.
You got to make sure you appear at that. If you blow it off, again, you'll get picked up and you'll be sitting over at the Pima County Jail having this conversation with somebody else. So be smart about this, okay?
Okay.
Conditions of release shall include not to drive without a valid license, no alcohol or illegal drugs. Hold on one second. Okay, we're going to give you some paperwork that has that information, but bottom line, September 3, 2024, 1:30, I put AM, 1:30 p.m., Pima County Justice Court, Judge Wilson, make sure you show up, okay?
Okay.
No booze, no driving without a license. You understand me?
Yes.
Okay, deal with this. So it won't go away unless you deal with it. All right, good luck. Bye. Hello.
Hi.
Can you tell me your name?
Rita Salazar Murray.
All right. Good morning, Ms. Salazar. This is the time set for your initial appearance in this case. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. Looks like you're here from charges out of Marana City Court. Looks like drug paraphernalia is what I see. Let's see, it's 10. Let's see what else we got. And we got some city court stuff we got to deal with, but let me look at the Marana thing first, then we'll deal with city. Yeah, drug paraphernalia out of Marana. I see a date of birth of June 10 of 1989. Is that your date of birth? Okay. And I see an address on South 12th Avenue. Is that still a good address?
Yeah.
Okay, great. All right. Like I said, it's time for your initial appearance on the Marana case. Let me see what's going on with the city stuff. Looks like you also got some, yeah, you got some action in city court. You got some warrants. Got a lot of warrants. I see warrants for third-degree criminal trespass. Hold on a sec. I see 3 warrants for criminal trespass. Just making sure I'm looking at the right stuff. Okay. If I release you, do you think you can get to Marana City Court, or should we maybe?
Yeah.
You sure?
Yeah. I'm gonna call my caseworker at Salvation Army right when I leave from here. I'm going to call my caseworker at Salvation Army. I could ask her to take me there.
Okay, because you also got to go to city court because you have 3 failing to appear there too. You understand that?
Yeah.
You know,
Can you write that on the paper?
oh yeah, we're
Or
gonna
at the court?
get you all
Can you
that.
write it on the paper?
Hold on,
Huh?
hold on. We're gonna get you all that. I'm just worried about the fact you keep on failing to appear. If you keep on failing to appear, you keep getting.
Yeah, I just need
Stop talking. Hey,
Look to it.
stop talking. Listening. That might be the problem you're having. Listen. All right. You need to appear. You're gonna keep on getting picked up, and you'll end up spending more time waiting for the warrant hearing than you might if you just deal with the case. You're just shooting yourself in the foot. I don't mean to be harsh or mean to you, but I just want to get through to you that you're hurting yourself by blowing off these court hearings. I'm going to give you a chance, but I doubt you'll get one next time. You understand me?
Yeah.
Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. On the Miranda court case, I'm going to release you on your signature, your promise to appear at the next hearing, and don't worry, we'll have this in writing for you. That's going to be on September 11, 2024 at, looks like 10 a.m. Looks like the case management conference. You got to make sure you go, because if you don't, another warrant will issue and you'll be sitting in jail again. You're to have no alcohol or illegal drugs. All right. So that's what's going on with the Miranda case. And again, we're going to give you this information. So no excuses and no nonsense about, oh, the judge didn't tell me. I'm telling you right now, we're going to give you that information. As for the city cases, those are the warrants of failures to appear on all those criminal trespass 3rd degrees. I'm going to release you on your promise to appear. Has to consume no alcohol. You're not to have any firearms, no contact of any kind with the victim, and not to return to the incident locations. All right. Your next hearing on that case is on September 16, 2024 at 2 p.m. in front of Judge Cranshaw. If you don't appear, Judge Cranshaw will issue more warrants, and you're just going to keep on running into this. So you need to appear. So tell your caseworker at Salvation Army you got to be in Tucson City Court and in Marana City Court. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, deal with this. Don't keep blowing it off. Okay. Good luck. I hope things work out for you. I really do.
I'm getting out.
On your promise to
Am I getting released?
Sorry, I didn't hear what you said.
Am I getting released?
Yes, you're getting released.
Discharged? Okay, thank you.
Bye.
Campbell.
I'm sorry. Which one did you want me to deal with now?
Morning, Your Honor.
Be right with you.
How you doing, sir?
Fine, I'll be right with you. I just got to deal with
Yes, sir.
one other thing. You're talking about daily. Okay, that's just moving the next one. Give this one back to you. Okay, thank you for your patience. Can you tell me your name?
Jonathan Campbell, sir.
Oh, city. Thank you. Okay. Thank you. Okay. Oh, that's fine. Okay. Mr. Campbell, this is a time set for your initial appearance. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. I show an address. Let's see what we got for you. Stand by.
Yes, sir.
I show an address on South 10th Avenue. Still a good address?
Yes, sir.
And I show a date of birth of July 17th of 1990. Is that accurate?
That is correct, sir.
Okay, Mr. Campbell, thank you. This is a time set for your initial appearance. It looks like you've been charged with criminal deface or damage of property and a couple counts of disorderly conduct with domestic violence indicators. Again, you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. What I'm going to do in this case is, based on the information I have provided to me, I am going to release you on your promise to appear at the next court hearing, which is on on October 1, 2024 at 1:30 PM in front of Judge Wendy Million, and that's in Tucson City Court. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
I'm going to put in some conditions of release. You're to possess or consume no alcohol or illegal drugs, commit no acts of domestic violence, don't possess any firearms or weapons, and surrender any that you have to the
Yes, sir.
Tucson Police Department. No contact of any kind with the victim, Linda Cates, and the incident location. Do you live there?
Yes, sir. That's my house.
Okay. What I will do is, does she live there as well?
Yeah, she's probably moving out though after this. So,
Okay. What I will do is, and this is something you can deal with the specifics later, but what I'll do is order that you not go to the incident location other than a one-time visit with a police escort to retrieve personal belongings. If the situation changes and she moves out, that's something that you can take up with Judge Million about changing that arrangement. As of right now, you need to abide by that. You understand that?
so don't live at my house.
Yeah,
Or-
yeah, until further order. What you can do is you can, if she's living there, let me see if I got what information I got.
Yes, sir.
Stand by, please.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. As of right now, the information I have is relatively limited from pretrial services. Yeah. As of right now, I'm in order that you not return to the incident location except for a one-time visit with a police escort to retrieve personal belongings. Again, as the situation changes, that's something you can bring up with the next judge. I just kind of touched the file quickly today and move on. Okay.
If she's not there, I'm able to, stay there.
Well, you're going to have a judge order that, because as of right now, the only information I have is she's there. So I'm just ordering you can go back one time with a police escort to get your belongings. If situation changes, you can bring that up with the next judge.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Campbell. Good luck.
Yes, sir. Thank you. God bless.
Espinosa.
Let's see, who do we have? This must be city. Thank you. Good morning. Is that Shiloh Espinosa?
Yes, sir.
Good morning, ma'am. Let's see. Let me just take a quick look at the file here. I show a date of birth of September 7, 1984.
Yes, sir.
A general delivery address. Do you have anything better right now as a general delivery?
Yes, I have an address.
You do have an address?
Yeah.
Can you say it nice? Hold on. Nice and slowly and clearly so the court clerk can get it down. Go ahead.
4402 East 32nd Street.
402 East 32nd Street?
No, 4402 East 32nd Street.
4402 East 32nd Street. Okay.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay, great. Thank you for that information. All right. Looks like we're here. Looks like just warrants. Yeah. We're here for warrants. Looks like you have a couple warrants, one for criminal defacing or damage, and one for disorderly conduct. You know you got to deal with these warrants, yeah?
Yes. Yes.
Give me a second. If I release you on your promise to appear, will you deal with it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I'm going to release you on your promise to appear at the next hearing. In this case, looks like it'd be the pretrial conference in front of Judge Mayhew on September 17, 2024 at 9:30 a.m. in Tucson City Court. You got to make sure you appear. If you don't, another warrant issues, and then we're having the same conversation, or you are with a different judge. So you got to make sure you deal with it, okay?
Yes, sir.
Let me see. You're to possess or consume no alcohol or illegal drugs, possess no firearms, no contact of any kind with the alleged victim, and do not return to the incident location. All right, so again, next hearing, in front of Judge Mayhew, Tucson City Court, September 17, 2024 at 9:30 a.m. And you got to follow those rules. We're going to give you all this, a copy of all this, so you have it in writing, okay?
Okay.
Make sure you appear, all right?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. You're going to be released later on. Okay, thanks. Bye. You got that thing?
Your Honor, we said the felony hold.
Oh, there's a felony hold on her?
No. I only have one.
Hold on. Don't say anything. Anybody got anything?
That's the only one I was.
Hold on. Don't say anything. Don't say anything. You gotta be careful.
Failure to appear on contraband into a corrections facility.
Well. Okay. Well, as of right now, all I have, I guess, you're released on your recognizance on the city case. If there's a different hold, it's not in front of me now. And my order releasing you on, hold on, just listen. My order releasing you on the city case will have no effect on any felony hold. That's something that would have to be brought to the attention of probably another judge pretty quickly. But as of right now, all I did was release you on the city matter. So if there is a felony hold, what I just did, don't be going and saying Judge Marner released me on this, because I didn't. All I did was release you on the city warrants. Okay. Okay. Don't know what else to tell you, jail. That's all we have here.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you. Lopez.
Felony Gonzalez.
Morning, Your Honor.
One moment.
Since they're gonna hold, I'm gonna switch her to an NTR with the public.
Please do. Thank you. Do you need me to? No, it's just city public right now. They're going. Good morning. Can you tell me your name?
Kirk Hallbeck.
Thank you very much. Okay, let's see. Good morning, Mr. Hallbeck.
Good morning.
This is the time set for your initial appearance. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. Let me run something by you. Looks like, well, let me first make sure we got the right guy. Your birthday is August 4 of 1962?
Correct.
All right. I got a general delivery address. Is that, you got anything better than that?
I'll have one in about 2 weeks.
Okay. Do you know what it is yet?
So let me. No, I do not. It'll be somewhere in Sunflower Apartments.
Sunflower Apartments. Okay. All right.
Yeah, they're doing a remodel.
Okay. All right. So right now you're just kind of
Came with a friend.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
We're here because you got a couple of warrants you need to deal with out of Tucson City Court. You know you have those?
No.
All right. Well, you do. Looks like.
I think I have a failure to appear.
Well, you have you have a misdemeanor devious assault and a couple of interfering with judicial process misdemeanors as well. You're gonna have to deal with those. So yeah, failure to comply with court order. See when they originated. Yeah, they're all 2024 matters. All right. I'm going to give you a chance to deal with these. I'm going to have you released and give you a chance to deal with these, on your terms. If you don't, you'll get picked up on a warrant and you'll deal with them on somebody else's terms. All right. You look like a pretty smart guy. You look pretty good for your age. So
Thank you.
You must be doing something right, but ignoring these is just going to cause you trouble and give you gray hair a lot more quickly. You understand me?
I do.
Deal with them. All right.
I will.
All right. I'm going to order that you be released on these matters. Your next hearing will be the pretrial on these matters. So these are pending matters. You got to deal with them on September 17, 2024 at 9:30 a.m. in front of Judge Storio. You're to have no contact with the alleged victim in the case. You to commit no acts of domestic violence. You not possess or consume alcoholic beverages or illegal drugs. You're to surrender any firearms that you have and not possess any. No, again, no contact with the alleged victim and do not return to the incident location. And your next hearing, one more time, in front of Judge Mayhew, Tucson City Court, September 17, 2024 at 9:30. You got to show her you'll be having this conversation with somebody else sooner than later. You understand?
Yes. Now there's two cases. Is this Tracy Viala?
I don't know. I don't know.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. I'll be able to figure that out.
Yeah, you will. We'll get you paperwork, and that's something you need to figure out, though. Okay. You
I
don't
will.
want to. You don't want to say anything else. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Take care.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, no, not you.
Okay.
Good. Downstairs, please.
Yes.
Good morning. Can you tell me your name?
George Hill.
Okay. Good morning, Mr. Hill. This is a time set for your initial appearance. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. Let's see what we got here for you. Stand by.
Will do.
Looks like I see a date of birth of October 8th, 1981. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
And an address on South Craycroft Road. Still a good address?
Hopefully.
Hopefully. Okay. But as of right now, you think it is?
Yeah, that's.
Okay.
Yeah, I think so.
Don't say anything more than that. Okay. Not being rude.
Okay.
I'm just protecting your rights. Okay.
All right.
All right.
Thank you.
Like I said, this is a time for initial appearance. Let's see what if any information I have. There we go. Let's see what we got. Okay. All right. Based on the information I have, I'm sorry, the charges I have before me anyway are domestic violence, disorderly conduct and fighting, and domestic violence assault, both misdemeanors. Looks like the assault is a class 3, disorderly conduct's a class 1. What I'm going to do, Mr. Hill, is I'm going to release you on your promise to appear at your next hearing. Okay. You got to make sure you appear. If not, warrants issue and all sorts of bad stuff happens. So make sure you appear. Okay, sir. I'm going to give you the information about when and where, but you understand I'm going to release you on my expectation that you appear at the next hearing in front of the next judge. You with me so far?
Oh, I will, sir.
Let me get there real quick. So I got to write some stuff in. Your next hearing is going to be on October 1st, 2024 at 1:30 p.m. in front of Judge Wendy Million in Tucson City Court. Looks like it's going to be the arraignment, I believe. Again, I'm releasing you on your promise to appear. You're to commit no acts of domestic violence. You're to possess no firearms or weapons. As of right now, based on the limited information I have, Mr. Hill, I'm in order that you have no contact with the alleged victim in this case, Christina Hill. If that's something that either you or Ms. Hill feel needs to be addressed, that's something that you can address with Judge Million, the assigned judge. You understand?
Okay.
And then, does Christina Hill live at the same residence, the South Craycroft residence?
Yeah, she lives like 2 or 3 doors over.
Okay.
2 doors.
She doesn't live in the same apartment?
No.
Okay. I'm in order that you don't go back to the incident location, specifically Christina Hill's apartment.
Okay.
You may return to your apartment. Because you're telling me you got a different apartment, right?
Yes, I do.
Okay, but you can't have any contact with her. You see her, you can't
That's
say,
fine.
you can't say hi, no gestures, no nothing. You understand?
Yeah.
Okay, be smart about this. All right. So, in a nutshell, one more time, your next hearing is the arraignment, October 1, 2024, 1:30 PM in front of Judge Wendy Million, Tucson City Court. No firearms, don't possess firearms, no acts of domestic violence, no contact with Christina Hill, and no, do not go to the incident location, specifically Christina Hill's apartment. You may return to your apartment, however, you have to strive and make sure you have no contact whatsoever with Miss Hill. Do you understand?
Yes, I do.
Okay. All right, we'll give you some paperwork that memorializes all that. Okay, good luck, Mr. Hill. Thank you.
Thank you.
Sorry.
Lopez.
Good morning. Can you tell me your name?
Richard Lopez.
Righty. All right, Mr. Lopez, this is the time set for your initial appearance. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. I show a date of birth of October 7 of 1979. Is that accurate?
Yes, sir.
And Mr. Lopez, I show an address on South Rufus Street. Is that still a good address?
Yes, sir.
Great. Okay, like I said, this is initial appearance. Let's see what we got going on here. Is this just an old warrant? I haven't seen one of these before.
He was already adjudicated and he failed to comply with some court order he was given. He needs to come back to his judge.
Okay. All right, looks like you're here, and again, don't say anything, all right? You're being recorded and it can be used against you, but it looks like you're here because it's a case that was already adjudicated, but you failed to comply with some of the sentencing judge's orders. Looks like it was Judge Hale. What I'm going to do is, so you need to go back and see Judge Hale, bottom line. What I'm going to do is I'm going to order the warrant quashed. I'm going to order you released on your promise to appear at a pretrial conference on September 23, 2024 at 9 a.m. in front of Judge Hale in Tucson City Court. You understand all that?
Yes, sir.
Hold on one second. If you don't appear, another warrant issues and you just spend more time in the Pima County Jail, which I don't imagine you want to do. So you got to make sure you appear on this, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right, hold on one second. So that's the order. That's the only order I have. Do I need to check it on?
If we're releasing.
I am releasing it.
Check this one. It's the R11.
Thanks. Okay, so one more time. I'm releasing you on your promise to appear at the next hearing, which is September 23, 2024 at 9 a.m. in front of Judge Hale. If you don't, another warrant issues and you have problems. You understand me?
Yes, sir.
Make sure you appear, all right?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Lopez. You're excused.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Bye-bye.
Maharo.
Good morning. Can you tell me your name, please, sir?
My name is Maharo. Last name is Maharo. First name is Pedro.
Thank you, Mr. Maharo. Let's see what we got here. I show a date of birth of June 3 of 72. Is that accurate?
Yes, sir.
And I show an address on West Calle Evelina. Is that correct?
Yes, sir, it is.
Okay, Mr. Maharo, this is the time set for your initial appearance in this matter. It looks like you got some charges out of Tucson City Court, 3 misdemeanors for disorderly conduct, fighting. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. All I'm doing today is setting all I'm doing today is setting release conditions. I believe that the victim is online for this defendant. Is that correct, ma'am? Are you there?
Yes.
Okay. Is there, and thank you for your patience. I know I checked in with you about an hour ago, but it takes some time. But I do appreciate your patience, and I do remember that you were there. And the clerk reminded me anyway. Anyway, what is it? You know, all I do right now, we don't hear the case. We don't hear arguments about what happened or anything like that. All I do now is hear from you what, if anything, you'd like me to consider when I figure out what some fair, safe release conditions are. What would you like me to think about?
For the moment, I have nothing to say.
You don't, I'm sorry, you don't have anything to say?
Yes.
Mija, have your brother pick me up, mijo. Mija.
Okay, hold on. No. That's not how this works. Okay. So just so it's real clear, ma'am, on the phone, you don't have any comment one way or another about what release conditions I had to put in place. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay, thank you very much. All right. Give me a second, Mr. Maharo.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Mr. Maharo.
Yes, sir.
The information I have from pretrial services indicates, among other things, that you have no criminal history or anything like that.
Oh, I don't, sir. I don't have anything.
Hold on.
I was getting taught.
Hold on. Don't talk. Listen.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
If I want to hear from you, I promise. I'm not being rude. I'm just protecting your right to remain silent. I'll let you know if I need to ask them. Okay.
Okay. Yes, sir.
What I'm going to do is as follows. I am going to release you on your promise to appear at the next hearing. You're to possess or consume no alcohol or illegal drugs. You're to commit no acts of domestic violence. You're to possess no firearms or weapons and surrender any that you do have to the Tucson Police Department. You're to have no contact of any kind with the named victims in this case, and you're not to go to the incident location. Your next hearing is in front of Judge Wendy Million in Tucson City Court on October 1 of 2024 at 1:30 p.m. If you don't appear, a warrant would issue, and that could be all sorts of problems. Now,
Your Honor, can I ask you something, sir?
Yes, I was going to ask.
But can I
stop talking. I told you, don't talk until I ask you a question. All right. I'm looking. I got to get some more information.
Yes, sir.
Again, I don't mean to be rude. I just don't want you to say something that gets you in trouble. All right. So just relax. Okay. It looks like the alleged location where this occurred is on Camino Malcote, and your address is on Calle Evelina.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So that being the case, if I put that you can't go back to Camino Malcote, that shouldn't cause you any trouble, right?
I was never there,
Okay,
sir.
okay.
I was at my house.
Okay.
I don't understand it, you know?
Okay.
They were taunting me. I don't know what's going on. I was at my house when I got arrested. I don't understand it.
Stop talking.
I was at my house. They were taunting me. And yes, sir. Yes, ma'am.
You know, if you won't listen to a judge who's setting your release conditions about what you need to do and not do, you give that judge a reason to think, you know what, maybe I shouldn't release this guy because he doesn't follow the rule. So be quiet. I told you to be quiet. I'm not being rude. I'm trying to run a busy.
No, you're not. You're not, sir. I'm sorry.
Trying to run a busy calendar, and I don't need you piping up until I ask you a question. Okay? Just relax.
Yes, sir.
I know you're worked up. Listen, I know you're worked up. I can see it. You're stressed. These are bad situations. Trust me.
I'm getting stuck with it. I didn't do anything.
You need to be quiet. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to order that you not go to the incident location on Melcote. That's the information I have. All right. And that you have no contact with the alleged victims. That's something you can do, right?
Sir.
Okay.
I won't go there.
Great. All right. Okay. Just take a few deep ones, all right, Mr. Maharo? You'll get through this.
Yes.
All right.
Yes, yes.
Okay. So you're going to get some information. You're going to get a piece of paper with all that information, and you'll be in good hands with Judge Millian. Good luck, sir. You're excused.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, madam on the phone, you can go ahead and hang up. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Appreciate your patience. Okie dokie.
Your Honor, this is the gentleman we have down here as a no-name booking.
Okie dokie. Good morning. Can you tell me your name?
John Gonzalez.
Good morning, Mr. Gonzalez. This is the time set for your initial appearance. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. Let me take a look at the information I have in front of me, and then we'll go from there, okay?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Thank you. Can you tell me your date of birth, sir?
10/14/91.
And then Gonzalez, does it end, is it L-E-S or L-E-Z?
LEZ.
All right. Anything else? Okay, thank you very much. Let me just see what we got here, and we'll go from there, okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay, like I said, initial appearance, you have the right to remain silent. Anything you see can and will be used against you. Looks like you got some misdemeanor charges out of Tucson City Court for criminal trespass, 3rd degree, obstruction, false reporting to law enforcement, and something to do with shopping cart. It doesn't print a shopping cart possession. Okay. Let me read the report, and then we'll go from there. Okay. So what I'm going to do today is set some release conditions on this case because it's going to go forward in Tucson City Court. You got a decent address anywhere?
The 4525 West Valencia.
Okay, is that an apartment number or just a street address?
This is street address.
Okay, 4525 West
Valencia Road.
Okay.
Sir.
Okay, what I'm going to do, Mr. Gonzalez, is I'm going to release you on your promise to appear at the pretrial hearing in this matter on September 18, 2024 at 2 p.m. in front of Judge Mayhew in Tucson City Court. If you don't appear or warrant issues, you'll get picked up like that, and you'll be having the same conversation with a different judge. You can't blow this off. You have to appear. Do you understand me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Conditions shall include you possess no alcoholic beverages or illegal drugs, that you possess no firearms, that you do not return to the incident location of the criminal trespass. Again, your next hearing is September 18, 2024, 2 p.m. in front of Judge Mayhew, Tucson City Court. You have to appear or a warrant would issue. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Are you going to fill that in? Okay, thank you. You're excused. Good morning. Can you tell me your name, sir?
Yes, Said.
All right. Mr. Said, good morning. This is the time set for your initial appearance. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. Let me get some preliminary information. I show a date of birth of June 3 of 1961. Is that accurate, sir?
Yes.
And then I have a general delivery for street address. Do you have anything better that we could send mail to, notices, etc.?
No, it's on the address.
That's all you have right now?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, we're here on a couple things. We're here on several warrants for failures to appear in different matters. It looks like there's a new matter of criminal trespass.
I didn't know about that.
Well, hold on, I don't say anything. Remember what I said earlier? Anything you say can be used against you, so you gotta be real careful. Stand by, please. Hold on one second. I have to ask the clerk a question. So the one that doesn't have the indication, that's the new case, right? The bottom one? And the ticket would, what's that?
What are you looking?
It's a new case, the bottom one?
This is his movements.
Yeah.
These are two extra.
Right, right. So, but the bottom one.
The criminal justice.
So in there, in here somewhere, I'll have that ticket number.
On the one ending in 171 on the sixth.
Thank you.
Oh.
I believe you. Hold on one second. 171. Hold on one second. You see it in there? Oh, this is the bottom one. Thank you very much. Come on. Okay. All right. Thank you, Kimberly. Okay. Mr. Said, given the information I have, specifically repetitive failures to appear, I don't have a good address for you. I am going to order that bond be put in place in this matter. Bond shall be put in place for $500 cash is secured. Should you post bond, you're to possess to consume no alcoholic beverages or illegal drugs. You're to possess no firearms. You're not to have any contact with the alleged victims and not to return to the alleged incident location. I'm going to appoint the city public defender to represent you in all of these matters. Your next hearing, hold on one second, is on August 26, 2024 at 1:45 p.m. in front of Judge Lisa Cerrillo in Tucson City Court. If you're still in custody, if you don't post bond, you're still in custody. Arrangements will be made for your appearance. If you do post bond, you got to make sure you appear. You understand?
Yes.
Thank you. I didn't check the boxes on the other one, right? Okay, thank you. Okay, you're excused, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
All right. Everyone's taking notes. Yeah. Lopez. Nice.
So, I'm just here, it's made, okay, so. Hello. Okay, so the Army booking, the person that's seeing with.
I didn't know that. How come you're on there? You're not on there. Oh, okay. Never mind. I didn't realize you guys were on. Good morning, sir. Can you tell me your name? Ellen, you're muted, I think.
Right guy. He is.
You can hear you now. Tell me, please.
John Gonzalez.
Oh, yeah, we just did. Yeah, I was gonna say, you look.
That's the other one.
So this is the
No,
one.
this is one sitting down.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Dion.
This is the one, this is number 6 on the list.
All right. If it's the Uncle Gonzalez, that's my uncle. He's
Yeah, he's down there. That's
he's the older one.
Yeah.
He's the one that.
He's the one that just went in the room. Yes.
We got the wrong guy.
He's later on the list, Your Honor.
Right.
Okay.
And John Gonzalez is number 21.
So the one I just went in the road. So let's keep separate. That's that.
Yes.
No, we need to see this guy. Who's completely different from those. So I think he's gonna bring. Oh, that's shit. I think he's gonna bring the. No, we need to see the known name.
Gail, blowing it away here. Thanks.
This one is DOC holdout of Texas.
Thank you. Okay. What just happened?
They brought him out, they said, Your Honor, this is the no-name bookie.
Okay.
He gave the name John Gonzalez. Turns out John Gonzalez is number 21 on the list. They gave us the wrong guy and the wrong information. We still need to see no-name bookie.
So who's no name booking? That guy who just came out?
No, they didn't. Number 11.
Yeah.
His name is Deano Gonzalez.
Right.
The guy who's number 20 is John Deano Gonzalez. He just said that's his uncle. So who's the guy that's a no-name booking? They said it was no-name booking and then brought out the wrong guy.
Let's just do all of them and we'll save this guy for last. All right.
Which guy?
Well, both the Gonzalez's. Hey, Jail, let's just do everybody else and we'll save the Gonzalez confused. Well, hold on. Let's see who this is.
This is the no name booking.
This is the no name booking. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Clear as mud. Okay, stand by. Yeah.
If he does give his name instead of releasing him, can we call him to tonight so I can keep it?
Okay. All right, Bill, you can unmute. Thank you.
We're on mute.
Oh, okay.
We are on.
Okay. Oh.
Hey.
Good morning. Can you tell me your name?
Christian Martinez.
So that's. We have nothing.
He didn't say who he was. We need his name, his address, his date of birth.
Oh, okay. Okay, well, what's your date of birth, sir?
8/13/77.
And do you have a good mailing address?
Yes.
Can you tell us what it is?
It is 4200 East Benson Highway, Tucson, Arizona, 85713. The apartment's F4.
F4. Thank you very much. Okay. So.
There, the jail, but yes.
Okay.
Call him till tonight so we can see.
All right, we have some confusion on our end. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set this over for initial appearance tonight so we can get some more information. So,
My God, really? I'm gonna be stuck here all day.
yeah, okay. Well, that's what it's going to happen. We'll get this worked out. All right. So you'll be on the initial appearance PM calendar for tonight. Thank you, sir. Your excuse. Thank you, jail. Oh, I
You're exhausted.
And then who's Crystal?
Gonzalez.
Which Gonzalez? Sir.
Hey.
Deal with all glitches at the end of the calendar.
But.
Jacob.
With the date of birth 10/6/75, he's become uncooperative with us, so he's gonna have to be continued.
Can you say that who the individual was? I didn't get the name.
Gonzalez Dianco with the date of birth of 10/6/75.
So we're gonna kick that one over to tonight. Can do.
Yes, sir. And then this is Mr. Jim.
Thank you. Stand by, Mr. Jin, real quick. Okay. Tell me your name, please, sir.
Melvin Jim,
And what's your date of birth, Mr. Jim?
08/31/1967.
Mr. Jim, this is a time set for an initial appearance. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. I see an address on North Castro on the booking sheet. Is that still a good address?
Astral? No, it's Amano.
Okay, can you say very slowly what address you have?
It's Amano, the town Amano.
What's your address?
Oh, it's on my ID. It's on front road. What do you call it? Frontage?
Vernon?
Yeah, I forgot the number, but it's space trailer park. I'm on Mountain View.
All right, well, that's not going to help us. So anyway, this is a time set for your initial appearance. Let's see, I see you got a city court case. Looks like consuming a malt beverage park, and then you have for felonies, you have failure to register and failure to obtain and carry ID. What state's position on the felonies, Mr. Terrace, if you're still with me?
Yes, Judge, the state recommends a $2,500 bond. I'd note he has 4 prior convictions, including prior convictions for the same or similar offense.
Ms. Rubin, your thoughts?
Judge, it appears he has a job, pretrial services, talked to his employer, And, and he indicated he would be willing to help provide transportation for Mr. Jim to court.
Okay, thank you. Based on the information available on the felony charges, I'm going to order bond in the amount of $2,500 cash as secured. Should the defendant post bond, he shall be subject to pretrial services monitoring and treatment recommendations. He's to surrender any firearms and not possess any firearms, no alcohol or illegal drugs. I will appoint the public defender's office to represent him. The next hearing is the preliminary hearing on August 27, 2024 at 1:30 p.m. in Tucson, Pima County Justice Court. That date and time will likely change, Mr. Jim. So if you post bond, it's very important you keep in touch with your lawyer at the public defender's office and pretrial services so you'll know when and where to be. If you don't post bond by that time, arrangements will be made for your appearance through the jail. All right. And we also, I believe, have that city court case. What I'm going to do on that one is, so there's, hold on one more. I don't need to appoint public defender if I release him on this, but set him on the suit. It's a felony hold. But he needs a public defender. Yeah. Okay. I'm going to order the defendant released on this matter. I'm going to appoint the city public defender to represent him because of the hold. I'm going to put him on the non-transport review calendar, and it's the sooner date, correct?
Yes.
Okay. On August 26, 2024 at 1:45 p.m. in front of Judge Branshaw. Again, Mr. Jim, if you do post bond, you got to make sure you appear at that hearing. It's in a different court, Tucson City Court. If not, arrangements will be made by the jail to ensure your appearance. Okay, thank you, sir. Thanks, Kim.
Thank you.
Okay, Your Honor, this is the officer at the jail again. I guess, Gonzalez, Bianco, the one I just said we were gonna continue, he's gonna come in right now.
Okay.
And here he comes.
Can you send me back that? Yeah. Okay. Steady.
Gracias.
Thank you.
Good morning. Can you tell me your name?
No, sorry.
And sir, stand by, please. What's your date of birth?
675.
Can you say it one more time and cut out? One more time.
1975.
Thank you very much. And you have a good address?
Yes, sir.
Can you say it? Can you say it so the court clerk can write it down?
It's 4525 West Valencia Road, Tucson, Arizona, 85746.
Okay. And I'm sorry, one more time with your date of birth.
2/6/1975.
Okay, thank you. All right, this is the time set for your initial appearance. You have the right to remain silent if I haven't said that already. What I have is an indication that there's a charge of being a fugitive from justice, looks like from Texas. Mr. Torres, your thoughts?
Judge, given that it is a parole violation warrant, he is to be held no bond.
Do you need to make any sort of record, Ellen?
No.
Okay, I'm going to order that Mr. Gonzalez be held without bond in this matter. The next hearing is, I show a preliminary hearing. Is that for a bond? Well, I guess if he's charged with for, yeah.
You have a fugitive
Hold on.
case of parole violation.
Gail, can you just mute for 1 minute? Thank you. Yeah. Okay, stand by. Okay, did I just send it to you? Hold on, I'm having a little computer trouble on my end. I appreciate it. I got it now. Okay. Got it. All right, so I'm gonna order, we can go, you can unmute. Thank you. Sorry about that. Okay, I'm gonna order that defendant be held without bond on the fugitive warrant matter. The next hearing is a fugitive warrant. It's a hearing in front of Division PO, Judge Metzger, Pima County Superior Court, August 22, 2024 at 2:30 PM. Again, defendant shall be held without bond. Okay,
I think you want to appoint the legal defender.
thank you. I will appoint the legal defender to represent Mr. Gonzalez. Thank you for the assist, though. Okay. Now I think we're done. Okay, thank you, sir.
Have a good day, young.
Yeah.
All right, this is
Still have the other.
over here.
Okay. Okay.
Oh, there it is. What? Thanks. Yeah.
Morning, can you tell me your name?
Manuel Olivares.
All right. Got it. Thank you. Mr. Olivares, this is a time set for your initial appearance. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. All I'm doing today is setting release conditions on your case. Looks like you have been charged with aggravated luring, unlawful age misrepresentation, and tampering with physical evidence. Again, you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. I'll hear first from the state, and then I'll hear from the defense, and then I'll set release conditions and tell you when the next hearings are. Mr. Torres, your thoughts?
Judge, the state's requesting $100,000 bond due to the nature of the offense, the ongoing nature of the offense, as well as the risk of failing to appear given not only the charges, but the potential punishment.
Thank you. Mr. Rubin.
Yes, it appears he doesn't have any arrests. He's working as a plumber and he has an address, but he can also stay with his sisters, at his sisters who would be helpful in providing transportation to court and allowing to live with her if he had to.
Okay, thank you. Stand by, please. Okay. Given the information about, well, given the lack of any criminal history, job information, housing information, what I'm going to do is while I recognize the nature of the charges and the potential punishment, I do find that release pretrial services is warranted. I'm going to release Mr. Olivares to pretrial services. He's to submit himself to monitoring and treatment as directed by pretrial services. He's to surrender any firearms and not possess any firearms. No alcohol or illegal drugs, no contact with minors, no computer use. I'm going to appoint the public defender's office to represent him. The next hearing currently is the preliminary hearing currently set for August 27, 2024 at 1:30 p.m. Pima County Justice Court. You're to appear at that hearing. If you don't appear, a warrant would issue. However, that hearing will likely be vacated. It might not, but chances of it being vacated are pretty high. So having said that, it's important that you keep in touch with your lawyer. I'm appointing the public defender's office to represent you, and it's important you keep in touch with pretrial services and make all future hearings. If you don't, I would imagine the state would ask the assigned judge to revisit your release conditions, and I imagine they would be much more stringent. Do you understand?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
Judge,
Yeah.
shouldn't he get a 20-day prelim date?
You're right.
Because he's being released.
Thank you. Thank you, Ellen. I had checked the wrong box. I'll be right with you. I stand corrected. The next hearing is, the preliminary hearing is on September 6th of 2024, 1:30 p.m. Thank you, Ellen. Okay. Sure. All right. Thank you. You're excused.
Your Honor, I'm gonna bring in Mr. Troy Hall from the house felonies that we skipped earlier.
Okay. That's the guy with all the names. Yeah.
Yeah.
4. You got the right. And all I show on this is warrants. Is that all you have? Yeah, that's it though, right? Okay.
Yeah, Troy Hall.
And what's your date of birth, Mr. Hall?
10/27/98, Judge.
Here we go. We got the right guy now. I see an address on East Snake Root Drive. Is that your address?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. This is initial appearance. It looks like you got a out-of-county warrant from Maricopa for drug paraphernalia and drug possession. State, you take any position on this?
No, Your Honor.
Your thoughts, Ellen?
Budget, looks like he's being held, looks like he had a disposition on a probation violation and got 30 days on August 16th.
On?
And in a Pima County case.
Yeah, in a Pima County case, yeah?
I've been here for like 43 days, Your Honor.
You just got an additional 30 days, right?
I got additional 30 days. Yeah.
Okay.
Hold on. Just see something real quick. Hold on, Mr. Hall. I got to pull something up here.
All right. Thank you, Your Honor.
Oh, yeah, it was filed.
Right.
All right. Hold on for 1 second.
It was supposed to be, it was a misdemeanor. Turned into a felony.
Gail, can you mute it, please? Thank you. Okay, you can unmute, or is that you muting? Actually, I'll just ask you. Okay. All right. Well, now you know what happens when you don't appear, right? You just got the probation beef, right?
Yeah, Your Honor. The thing was.
Oh, no. I'm just asking you. The answer is yes or no. You understand consequences, right?
Yes, sure.
Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to release you on this one with your promise that you go to Maricopa County and deal with the warrant that's up there. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
You'll just get picked up again and you'll be in jail again if you don't deal with it. You understand me?
I got a question.
No,
Is
no,
there-
no, no,
is
I
there a
don't,
chance-
no, I'm not the answer man.
Okay.
I'm the order man. The lady next to you can answer your questions, all right?
All right, thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, so I'm going to order that you be released on your own recognizance with the understanding that you will go to Maricopa County and deal with this warrant. You understand?
All right, thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you. Your
What?
Do I get it? Like a paper?
You'll get some paperwork. You need to contact Maricopa County and send it down within 30 days.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
That chair. Did that, but- So, regulars.
Morning. Can you tell me your name?
Gavin Arnold.
Hold on 1 second. Right, Kim, I'm still looking at Mr. Hall. It won't let me clear, won't let me approve because it says I need to set a court date.
So in the calendar, you read,
Yeah,
can you click on it?
just did. Okay. Still won't let me. Okay, there we go. All right. All right, Mr. Arnold, be right with you.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Okay, can you tell me your date of birth, please?
It's gonna be 10899.
Great, and I have an address on East Paseo San Ciro. Is that still a good address?
Yes, the 6625, that's correct.
Okay, this is the time set for your initial appearance on this matter. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. All I'm going to do is set release conditions and tell you when your next hearing is. State, I see you're recommending pretrial service release. Is that correct, Brad?
Yes, Your Honor.
With conditions. Do you need to make any record, Ellen?
No.
Okay. I'm going to order that the defendant be released to pretrial services as conditions of release. He's to commit no act of domestic violence, submit to monitoring and treatment as directed by pretrial services, no firearms or weapons, no contact with the alleged victims. Wait, no, this isn't a no contact. I'm sorry. I'll take out the no contact. 1 second. And I will appoint the public defender's office to represent the defendant. Your next hearing, sir, is a preliminary hearing on September 6, 2024 at 1:30 p.m. in Pima County Justice Court. The chance of that changing is very high, so it's important you keep in touch with your public defender, and he or she will tell you when your next hearing is. You have to stay involved or else another warrant will issue because court proceeding will go forward, and if you're not there, that's what happens. You understand?
Yes, sir. Understood.
You'll be released later today. Thank you. Take care.
Thank you as well. Have a good one.
Batist. I would see it.
Morning. Can you tell me your name?
Aaron Batiste,
And what's your date of birth, sir?
32585.
You ready? I'm sorry. And your address I have looks like something on East Speedway. Is that your address?
Yeah.
Okay. This is the time set for initial appearance. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. All I'm going to do is set release conditions and tell you when your next hearing is. State's position. I did read your submission, by the way.
Judge, I don't have anything to add to the written recommendation.
Okay, Ms. Rubin?
Does anyone know if there's a probation hold?
No.
Okay. You do acknowledge he's on probation right now in Pima County. And I have no additional information in the report.
Okay, thank you. I'm going to order that the defendant be held on $10,000 bond cash or secured. If he posts bond, pretrial services supervision shall be put in place. He shall, if post bond, submit to monitoring and treatment as directed by pretrial services. No alcohol or illegal drugs. Surrender any firearms that he has and not possess any firearms or weapons. He's have no contact with the alleged victim. I will appoint the Pima County Public Defender's Office to represent Mr. Batist. The next hearing is a preliminary hearing on August 27, 2024 at 1:30 p.m. That hearing will probably change if you remain in custody. The jail will accommodate or arrange your appearance. If you post bond, it's important you keep touch with your lawyer so you know when you need to be where. Okay? Thank you, sir.
There's a pretty good chance that probation is going to file.
You don't want this is all.
To revoke my probation?
Right.
This is bullshit.
Okay, well,
Okay, you're excused.
Right, this way.
Cooper. Cooper.
All right, this is Mr. Cooper. Here we go. Morning, Mr. Cooper. Can you tell me your name?
Yes, sir. Good morning, sir. Jared Cooper, or Jared Williams Cooper Sr.
All right, and Mr. Cooper, what's your date of birth, if you would, please?
09121983.
Okay, so September 12th of 1983.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I show an address on South Country Club Road, number 20. Is that still a good address?
No, sir. The updated address is 812 South Langley Avenue.
Okay.
And in Tucson, Arizona, 85710, I believe.
Okay, thank you very much. This is the time set for your initial appearance. All I do at this hearing is set release conditions and let you know when your next hearing is. I have information provided to me. I'll hear first from the state, and then I'll hear from Ms. Rubin with the Public Defender's Office about release conditions. State.
Judge, the defendant is before the court on both a felony warrant as well as the new case. The state's recommending $100,000 bond on both cases. He does have an active NVCA flag. The new case involves intimate partner strangulation. He has prior criminal convictions, including violent offenses, and the state has continual risk, or excuse me, feels that there's a continual risk to the victim. So the state would ask for those bonds.
Thank you. Ms. Rubin, your thoughts?
Yes, Your Honor. It appears that he has somewhere else to stay that's not with the alleged victim, and that person will allow him to stay and will help him with transportation, and he's working as a foreman full time.
Okay, thank you. Given the concerns raised in the pretrial services report and that were echoed by Mr. Perez, I do think the requested bond of $100,000 is warranted. I'm going to impose $100,000 on each matter to run concurrently. Should I get the net number? Cash is secured. Should defendant post bond, he shall be subject to pretrial services, monitoring, and treatment as directed. No alcohol or illegal drugs. No act of domestic violence. Do not possess any firearms or weapons. Surrender any firearms and weapons that he does have. No contact whatsoever with the alleged victim, and no returning to the incident location. The next hearing on the the DV assault, strangulation ×4, and DV kidnapping. Actually, it's the other one. I'm sorry, the preliminary next hearing on these matters, there's a preliminary hearing on August 27, 2024, Pima County Superior Court, 1:30 p.m. Let me send that out. Hold on one second. Let me take a look at the other one. And same date and time on both matters. Again, bond is set at $100,000. Cash is secured. Concurrent bonds on these matters with the previously referenced pretrial services conditions. I'm going to appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent Mr. Cooper in these matters. Okay, unless somebody thought something I missed, I think we're done.
Hello, Mr. Mayor.
One,
What does that mean?
Okay, I'm sorry.
your bond over
I believe there's a misdemeanor. Sorry.
Okay, we got
that.
Hold on.
Two.
Hold on. We got the city court matter. Hold on. Okay. Thank you. All right. I also see we have a city court, looks like a bond matter. What I'm going to do is I'm going to oppose bond the amount of $5,000 cash or secured in this matter. The next hearing is in front of Judge Wendy Million on August 28, 2024 at 1:30 p.m. in Tucson City Court. Defendant shall not possess or consume alcoholic beverages, shall commit no acts of domestic violence, shall not possess no firearm or weapon, and shall surrender any that he has to the Tucson Police Department. No contact of any kind with the victim in this matter and no return to the incident location. I will appoint the city public defender to represent Mr. Cooper in this matter. Okay, I think that's it. Thank you all. You're excused, Mr. Cooper.
Thank you.
Two cases. $1,000. Misdemeanor murder, $1,000. Certain cryptics and felonies. So something misdemeanor, we'll get additional paperwork. Okay.
So it's not like 15 to the bonding company?
You have to talk to me.
Maria.
Hi, can you tell me your name?
It's Maria Rebecca Easley.
And which date of birth, ma'am?
September 2nd, 1995.
Give me a second, please. I show an address on North El Rio Drive. Yeah, El Rio Drive. Is that still a good address?
Yes.
We're hearing a couple things. We got something out of Pima County Justice Court. Looks like charges of organized retail theft, possession of narcotic drug, possession of drug paraphernalia. I also see Tucson City Court matter. Let me hear from the state regarding the felony matters. Brad?
Your Honor, the state's recommendation is pretrial services.
Ellen, given that, do you need to make any recommendation?
No, I just, is there a second, I'm assuming there's a second page on the interim complaint. I just got one page that
Yeah.
doesn't have. So,
Yes, I did review it and I found probable cause based on it.
okay, I just got the first page, so it doesn't have any information there, but we have no objection. Pre-trial.
Okay. All right. What I'm going to order is as follows. I'm going to release Miss Easley on the Justice Court matters to pretrial services. I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent her. She's to possess no alcohol or illegal drugs. She's to submit to monitoring or treatment as directed by pretrial services. No firearms or weapons. No contact with the alleged victim. She's not to return to the incident location. Again, I'm appointing the public defender to represent her. The next hearing is the preliminary hearing on September 6th, 2024 at 1:30 p.m. That date will likely change. So it's important that you keep in touch with your lawyer to make so you know where to be, when to be, etc. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
Also, you got to keep in touch with pretrial services. Don't blow them off. I get reports from them when I cover arraignments, and I rely heavily on my decision to issue warrants or not. So you got to make sure you keep in touch. All right?
Okay.
Yeah, let's see what else. I'm not done with you. We still got some other things we got to deal with. Looks like you have something out of Marana. Yeah. All right. You got a Marana court case too. I believe Brad is 133415A. Is that shoplifting?
It's not shoplifting. 1 second, Judge.
What's 34? What's section 34? I can't remember. Ellen, do you know?
That's drugs, Judge. So it's paraphernalia.
Okay. Drug paraphernalia. Okay. Looks like you got a paraphernalia case out of Marana. On that one, I'm going to release you on your own recognizance on your promise to appear at the next hearing. The next hearing is on September 11, 2024 at 10 a.m. in Marana City Court. It's the arraignment. You got to make sure you go. You do possess no alcohol or illegal drugs and no firearms. You understand me on that one?
Yes, sir.
Show up for that one too. We're not done yet because you still got some other trouble you got to deal with, okay? All right, hold on a second. Then let's get to the city stuff. Looks like you got some action in the city courts, I think. Yeah. Is that warrants, it looks like? There it is. You got a couple of warrants, one for shoplifting and one for drug paraphernalia. You're gonna have to deal with that too. So you're gonna be going to 3 different courts. You understand me?
Sir, I do.
All right, don't blow these off. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna release you on your promise to appear on the theft and drug paraphernalia warrants out of Tucson City Court. Your next hearing is on September 17, 2024 at 9 a.m. in front of Judge Mayhew. You're not to possess or consume alcohol. You're to possess no firearms or weapons. And you're to have no contact with the alleged victim and do not return to the alleged incident location. You think
Yes, sir.
you think you can follow all these rules and show up at all these hearings?
I think I can. Yes, I'll make sure to write them down on my planner.
Okay, I hope so. Take care.
What was the city court date again, time?
I think it was 9/11. 9/11, no, 9/17/2024 at 9 a.m.
Thank you.
You got it down?
Yeah.
Yes, thank you.
Okay, that's good to go.
Albert?
Good morning. Can you tell me your name?
Raymond Albert.
Good morning, Mr. Elbert. Appreciate your patience. We're here for initial appearance on this matter. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. All I'm going to do today is set release conditions and let you know when your next hearing is. State's position. Brad, I have you requesting bond, but that's all I have. Anything to add?
Judge, I would request a $5,000 bond. Given that the defendant's criminal history, he just finished about a 7-year prison sentence for a dangerous offense out of Maricopa County. At least according to pretrial services, there's not a lot of community connection to Tucson as well.
Ms. Rubin, your thoughts?
Yes, he's indicated that he's employed as a handyman and a part-time student. And says he lived in Tucson for a while.
It's been 3 years. I haven't had any trouble.
Okay, thank you. I do think $5,000 is a reasonable bond in this matter, given the criminal history.
Okay, cool.
All right. I'm going to impose bond in the amount of $5,000 cash secured. Pretrial services will be required. Pretrial services supervision. If you post bond, he shall follow monitoring and treatment as directed by pretrial services. No alcohol or drugs, surrender any firearms and not possess any firearms. I'll appoint the public defender's office to represent him. The next hearing for Mr. Elbert is the preliminary hearing currently set for August 27, 2024. If you post bond, it's important you keep in touch with your lawyer because that date may change. If you don't post bond, the jail will make arrangements for your appearance. Okay, thank you. Do you really need any of those? Should I just send them all to her? Okay, it's Mr. Gonzalez again.
Yes.
Okay. Now you are John Deano Gonzalez,
Yes, sir.
the nephew of the guy I talked to earlier.
Yes, sir.
I get you. Sorry about all the confusion, Mr. Gonzalez. So a lot of this is going to be a repeat, but just bear with me, all right? I just want to have a clean approach. This is the time set for your initial appearance on your case, okay? Looks like some drugs for sale, things like that. Possession of drug for sale, narcotic and dangerous drugs. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. I'm going to hear first from the state, and then I'm going to hear from the defense attorney there, and then I'll tell you what I'm going to do for bond and release and all that good stuff. Go ahead, Mr. Terrace. I see you're requesting a $10,000 bond. Anything to add?
Correct, Judge. The state understands that there's no criminal history, but this is 45 grams of methamphetamine, as well as over 1,600 fentanyl pills. So given the quantity of the drugs, the state would request the $10,000 bond.
Okay, your thought, Ms. Rubin?
And as you noted, it looks like there's no felony, criminal arrests, and, he does have ties to the community.
Okay, hold on one second. Okay. I do think some bond is warranted given the amount. I'm going to impose bond in the amount of $5,000 cash or secured. Should defendant post bond, he shall be subject to pretrial services supervision. He shall cooperate with monitoring and treatment recommendations by pretrial services. No alcohol or illegal drugs, surrender any firearms he has and not possess any firearms or weapons. And I will appoint the public defender's office to represent Mr. Gonzalez. The next hearing is the preliminary hearing on August 27, 2024 at 1:30 p.m. in Pima County Justice Court. If that changes, it's very important, Mr. Gonzalez, that if you post bond, you keep in touch with your public defender so he or she can tell you if it changes. If you're still in custody, arrangements will be made for your transport. Okay, thank you. You really don't need these.
Johnson? You can go back down.
Good morning. Can you tell me your name?
Ryan Johnson.
Good morning, Mr. Johnson. Thank you for your patience this morning. If you would, please, your date of birth.
12/21/03.
And let's see, I have an address on North Casablanca. Is that a good address?
Yes.
Today's the day for, right now anyway, his initial appearance. All I do is set release conditions and tell you when your next hearing is. I have some information. I'll hear first from the state, and then I'll hear from the lawyer next to you, and then I'll tell you what I'm going to do for release conditions. Mr. Torres, I see your recommendation. Anything to add?
No, Judge.
Okay. Your thoughts, Ellen?
You have somewhere else you can stay?
Yes, my house.
Your aunt?
Yes.
So he does say he has somewhere else he can stay while this is going on. And, it's at his aunt's. He doesn't have prior felony criminal history or any, domestic violence history.
Okay, thank you. Give me a second. Okay, the court notes that the defendant has no criminal history that I could find, that pretrial services could find. Pretty low scores across the board. Allegations are scary. What I'm going to do is as follows. I'm going to order that Mr. Johnson be released to pretrial services. He's have no contact with grandfather Randy Johnson or his minor age brother. He's not to return to the incident location. He's have no firearms or weapons, including knives. He's to surrender any firearms or weapons, knives that he has. No alcohol or illegal drugs, commit no act of domestic violence, and he's to submit to monitoring or treatment as directed by pretrial services. The next hearing is going to be the preliminary hearing on September 6, 2024 at 1:30 p.m. That will probably change, so it's important. I'm appointing the public defender's office to represent you, so it's important that you get in touch with the public defender's office, find out who your lawyer is, and make sure you keep in touch with him or her so you know when if that hearing date changes to September 6th, you know when and where you have to be. Do you understand me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Let's see, do you need to return to the incident location to pick up any belongings?
Yes, if that's possible.
Okay, what I'm going to order is you may return to with a police escort to pick up belongings so you can live somewhere else. But you cannot live at that incident location until a judge down the road, if he or she ever does, tells you it's all right. Other than going there with a police escort, you cannot go back there or have contact with granddad or brother. You understand that?
Yes, sir. I do.
Okay. All right. I think that covers it. Take care of yourself.
Thank you.
Bye.
Crystal?
Good morning. Can you tell me your name?
So Marlo Bermudes,
All right, and what's your date of birth?
June 2788.
Was that 2/27/88? And I see an address on East Broadway. Is that still a good address?
Yes.
Okay, we're hearing a couple things. Initial appearance on something out of Marana. Looks like possession of dangerous drug and possession of drug paraphernalia. Looks like you also got a warrant from 2022 for shoplifting. I'll hear it from the lawyers, see what they suggest I do, and then I'll tell you what the release conditions are going to be and when your next hearing is, okay? Okay, Brad, it looks like you're recommending pretrial services release. Anything to add?
Just that she appears to be smart court eligible, Judge.
Okay, smart court. Yes, you're right. She is. Ms. Rubin, what I'd be inclined to do on the drug matter is release her to pretrial services, inquire about whether she's up for participating in the SMART program and go from there.
Okay.
Okay. It's your first name's Crystal?
Yes.
And do you go by the full hyphenated name or do you go by just Bermudez?
Bermudes.
Just Bermudez. We have something called the SMART Court. It's a pretty good deal to help people out with drug abuse problems. We can get you hooked up with treatment. We can get you hooked up with housing. We can get you hooked up with job opportunities and all sorts of things. That sound like, and you know, it can affect how this might appear on your record in the future. Does that sound like something you might want to do?
Yes.
Okay, great. What I'm going to do is I'm going to release you to pretrial services. I'm going to order that you attend a SMART hearing in Pima County Superior Court on August 26, 2024 at 9 a.m. You're going to be in front of Judge either Miller or Judge Hanson. They're on the 3rd floor of the Pima County Courthouse. They're both really good at what they do, and let them help you. Make sure you appear. Ellen, wait time on the preliminary hearing?
Sure.
I'm going to set the preliminary hearing on this matter with time waived on October 1, 2024. I'm going to appoint the Legal Defender's Office to represent you. As conditions, you're to have no alcohol or illegal drugs and no firearms. You think we're going to give you written information that has all this information, but you think you can follow all those rules and show up at all those hearings?
Okay.
That sounds good. Okay, let's see. You got something else here, misdemeanor. Got a misdemeanor out of Pima County Justice Court for shoplifting. What I'm going to do is I'm going to release you on your signature on your promise to appear on that. I'm not going to hang on to you because I want you to participate in the SMART court. So don't let me down, okay?
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to release you on your signature to appear. Your next hearing in this case, this is going to be in Pima County Justice Court. It's a misdemeanor. It's different from the drug case. It's going to be at 9:30 a.m. on September 16th, 2024. 9:30 a.m. And you're going to be in front of, looks like it's an arraignment in front of Judge Wilson. You got to make sure you appear. On this one, you're to have no contact with the alleged victim and don't go to the incident location. That is where they say you shoplifted in this case. You can't go back. You understand me?
Okay.
Okay, now you got one more, I think. Out of Tucson City Court, you have failure to appear on a criminal trespass in the 3rd degree, a misdemeanor. Again, because I don't want to mess up your chances of success in the SMART program, I'm going to release you on your promise to appear at the next hearing, which is on September 17, 2024 at 2 p.m. in front of Judge Cranshaw in Tucson City Court. You're to possess no alcoholic beverages or illegal drugs. You're to possess no firearms, and you're to have no contact with the alleged victim and not return to the incident location of the alleged criminal trespass. So you got dates in Superior Court on August 26th, and you got dates in Justice Court and in City Court. We're going to give you all those dates, but you got to make sure you make them all. Think you can do that?
I do. Yes.
Okay. Call order. Don't blow it. Okay.
Actually, broke this certification program. I concluded the case would be dismissed.
Thank you.
Chris.
Morning. Can you tell me your name?
Perez.
And ma'am, can you tell me your date of birth?
I use 082293.
082293. I see a general delivery for an address. You got a better address than that?
I don't really know the address. It's 4219. I don't know the name of the street.
You're just gonna guess, so I don't want you to do that. Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're here on a couple things, it looks like. Looks like you have, warrants from 2023 and 2024 for, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 organized retail theft, and then a class 3 felony for theft with a high value. And then we have something city on this one? Yes. And something that is city. I'll hear first from the state. Brad, it looks like you're asking on the felonies, $10,000 per warrant. Is that right?
Correct, Judge.
Okay, and you make any position as to concurrent or versus consecutive?
Oh, I'm sorry, Judge. I meant the warrant amount is 10,000, so that's what we're requesting for the entirety of the case. Yeah.
Okay. LNS for the requested warrant amount. What's your position?
Just a second. She hasn't previously been arrested in this case, so it must have been that it was a grand jury indictment, direct indictment, and she does have ties to the community, and just one felony that was from 2013. So we'd ask you consider release to pretrial services if we wasn't aware of this case prior to her arrest.
No worries, Judge.
Okay, don't say anything. Okay. I think some bond is warranted, given the totality of the circumstances. I'm going to set bond in the amount of $5,000 cash or secured. Should defendant post bond, she shall be subject to pretrial services supervision. She shall cooperate in monitoring and treatment as directed by pretrial services, no alcohol or drugs, surrender any firearms, possess no firearms, no contact with the victim businesses in this case, and no returning to the incident locations. I will appoint the public defender's office to represent Ms. Perez in these matters. The next hearing is the arraignment currently set for August 23, 2024 at 1:30 p.m. in Pima County Superior Court. Okay, I think we have a city court matter I need to deal with as well. Yeah, looks like warrants for theft, shoplifting, false report, and looks like maybe new cases for criminal trespass and shoplifting. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. I need to ask the clerk a question. Kimberly. Wait, maybe it's here. I'm gonna have it. I do have a question. I'm trying to find the PC statements on those two. On the two that don't have it. Is it these two? So it is those two. Give me a second, please. Thanks. Okay, thanks. Okay. Okay. All right, there's sufficient probable cause on the two new city cases. What I'm going to do on the city matters, I'm going to set bond in the amount of $1,000 cash is secured. If defendant, defendant shall, if she posts bond, she shall possess, consume no alcohol or illegal drugs, possess no firearms, no contact of any kind with the alleged victim, no return to the incident location. I will appoint the city public defender's office to represent defendant in this matter. The next hearing is a review hearing, August 26, 2024, 1:45 p.m. in front of Judge Hanshaw, Tucson City Court. You are Crenshaw, I'm sorry, Tucson City Court. If you're in custody, arrangements will be made to facilitate that appearance. If not, you need to appear or warrant shall issue. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Good morning. Can you tell me your name?
Yes, Marcelis James Robinson Riley, Your Honor.
All right, and Mr. Riley, what's your date of birth?
09/13/99.
I see an address on West Roger. Is that still a good address?
That is correct.
Okay, this is the time set for your initial appearance. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. What I'm doing today is I'm setting release conditions and letting you know when your next hearings are. We have a couple of cases. One is DV aggravated assault, strangulation ×2, and DV kidnapping ×2, and the other is felony flight. I'll hear first from the state, and then I'll hear from the public defender, Ms. Rubin, who's seated next to you. Mr. Terrace, I see the recommendation of $75,000. Anything to add?
No, Judge.
Okay, Ellen?
Just a sec. He indicates that he's employed full-time, and has lived here for 12 years and has family in the area. He is on probation, it looks like, in 2 cases, but you don't live with the alleged victim.
No,
And he does not live with the alleged victim. He lives with his mother.
Okay. Hold on 1 second, please. Okay. All right. On the, what I'll just term the domestic violence matters, I'm going to set, given the information available to the court, including but not limited to criminal history and other indicators, I am going to find that some bond is warranted. I'm going to order that bond be posted in the amount of, I'm going to order bond in the amount of $50,000, cash or secured. Should the defendant post bond, he's to be subject to pretrial services monitoring and treatment as directed by pretrial services. He's to commit no acts of domestic violence, no alcohol or illegal drugs, no firearms or weapons, surrender any that he has. If he does post bond, he may return with a police escort to pick up his belongings one time at the incident location. He's to have no contact with the alleged victims, and other than the police escort, he's to have he shall not return to the incident location. I will appoint the public defender's office to represent Mr. Robinson Riley, and again, no contact with victim Erica Espinosa Ramirez. The next hearing on the DV matter is August 27, 2024 at 1:30 p.m. preliminary hearing. That may change, so if you post bond, it's important you keep in touch with pretrial services and the public defender to ensure your appearance. Okay, as for the fleeing case, Mr. Terrace, state's recommending $5,000. Anything to add?
No, Judge.
Anything need to make a record, Ellen?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, I'm going to order bond in the amount of $5,000 cash or secured be imposed, shall run concurrent with the bond imposed in the domestic violence matter. Currently, excuse me. Defendant shall not drive without a valid license, no alcohol, illegal drugs, no firearms or weapons, surrender any that he has. Submit to monitoring and treatment as directed by pretrial services. I will appoint public defender's office to represent him in this one as well. Next hearing, preliminary hearing, August 27, 2024, 1:30 p.m. Again, that may change. So as indicated, if you post bond, keep in touch with your lawyer. Okay, thank you all. Thank you. Good morning. Can you tell me your name?
Xavier Romero,
Mr. Romero, if you would, please, what's your date of birth?
January 4th, 2001.
I see an address, general delivery. Do you got anything better than that, or is that all you have?
That's all I have.
Okay, no solid address. All right, this is the time set for your initial appearance. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. Looks like you got some charges, one of possession of a dangerous drug and possession of drug paraphernalia. I'll hear first from the state and then the lawyer next to you is with the public defender's office. I got your recommendation about pretrial services and smart court. Anything to add, Brad?
No.
Ellen, let me make the inquiry of Mr. Romero, if I may. Mr. Romero, we have something called the smart court. It's for people who have problems with drugs and people who get arrested for what you've been arrested for. You work with the court, you can get counseling, you can get treatment, you can get, you can maybe address that no address, it can help you with housing, with jobs. Sound like something you might be interested in?
Yes.
Get some help? Everybody needs a little help, right? All right. Ellen, I'm inclined to follow the state's recommendation.
No.
Waive time on the preliminary hearing?
I'm not, he just got paroled in December 2023, so they can do that in court if he's accepted into the program. Because they can still waive it in court.
Okay, so not waiving?
No.
Okay, so I will set the preliminary hearing in this matter for September 6th of 2024, 1:30 p.m. That date will likely change, Mr. Romero, so you need to keep in touch with your lawyer. I am appointing the public defender's office to represent you. I'm releasing you to pretrial services, but I'm also going to order that you appear at a SMART hearing for this drug program on August 26, 2024 at 9 a.m. You have to appear. It's on the third floor of the Pima County Superior Court. On release, no alcohol or illegal drugs, no firearms or weapons. You think you can do all that?
Yes.
Okay, good luck. I hope it works out for you. I really do.
Yeah, make sure you go to court hearing because it's a diversion program. If we complete it, it's a short program, we can just leave the whole place. Okay. Mark?
Good morning. Can you tell me your name, please, sir?
Robert Smart,
And what's your date of birth?
10/31/47.
I see an address on East Kleindale. Still a good address, sir?
Yes, sir.
This is the initial appearance. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. What I'm going to do today is set release conditions, let you know when your next hearing is. I'll first hear from the state regarding release conditions. Go ahead, Brad. I got your recommendation of no bond. Is something set?
Yes, Judge, the state would just ask for the no bond hearing to be set in Division TF.
Okay, Ellen?
They're entitled to ask for no bond.
Okay. I will order, got to figure out how to do it here. I will order defendant be held without bond. The no bond hearing will be on August 22, 2024 at 2:30 p.m. in front of Judge Metzger, Division TO. Defendant shall be held till that time. I'll keep the preliminary hearing date in place of August 27, 2024 at 1:30 p.m. I'll appoint the public Who handles those? No, it'll just be public defender?
Yeah,
Okay, I'll appoint the public defender's office, to represent, Mr. Smart in this matter. Because I'm holding him on no bond, I'm not going to impose the standard other conditions. I don't think they're warranted, given the fact he'll be being held without bond. And if that changes, Judge Metzger can impose those. Okay, thank you, sir.
I'll do without that.
Morning, can you tell me your name?
I'm Donna Torres,
Good morning, Ms. Torres. I appreciate your patience this morning. What's your date of birth?
10/12/76.
And I see an address of West Horny Road. Is that a good address?
Yeah. 1971,
Actually, I don't
West,
think.
West County Road.
Okay, I received what's called an interim complaint on, for drug possession of drug paraphernalia. I determined before you came out that, there was insufficient probable cause. I also note that, Brad, are you guys moving to dismiss anyway?
We are, Judge.
Okay, well, I am gonna find there was no probable cause, and given the, state's request that the felony matter be dismissed, without prejudice, I'll order it dismissed without prejudice.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Yeah, I don't think we're done though. Hold on,
Okay. Okay.
hold on one second. Is there a specific thing for if it's dismissed? Oh, calendar, thank you. I knew there was, but I just didn't know where. Thank you. Not done yet. Hold on one second. Looks like we got a misdemeanor for drug paraphernalia in Pima County Justice. All right. What I'm going to do on that one is I'm going to release you on your promise to appear at the next hearing. You understand?
Yes.
The next hearing will be on September 16, 2024 at 8:30 a.m. So you got to get up. You got to get down here.
Okay.
Come on, I'm not done yet. At 8:30 a.m., you're going to be in front of Judge Wilson. It's what's called an arraignment. You got to make sure you appear. If you don't, a warrant will issue in more trouble, okay? You understand?
Yes, I understand.
The condition of no alcohol or illegal drugs. You got me?
Okay. Got you.
And do we have a city case? Yes. And we got a city case too. Yeah, looks like you got a bunch of warrants out of, wow, you got a lot of warrants.
I don't know who's using my name.
I didn't ask for an input.
Okay.
You got a lot of warrants there. I see warrants for criminal trespass, assault DV, disorderly conduct times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Contributing to delinquency, interfering with judicial proceedings, false reporting, harassment, failures to comply. Wow. That's too many. I'm not going to release you on your promise to appear on these ones. I'm going to set bond in the amount of $1,500, cash or secured. If you post bond and are released, you're to possess no alcoholic beverages or illegal drugs. You're to commit no acts of domestic violence. You're to possess no firearms. You have no contact with any of the victims. You're not to return to any of the incident locations. Because as of right now, I'm saying it's in custody. Your next hearing is on August 26, 2024 at 1:45 p.m. You're going to be in front of Judge Hale. If you make bond, you got to make sure you show up. If you don't.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you. Bye.
Wilson.
We done at the jail? Oh, Wilson.
We have Wilson.
I thought you said we're all done. No, we're not. Good morning. Can you tell me your name, please?
Am I talking to him?
Yeah.
Tonton Wilson.
Good morning, Mr. Wilson. I appreciate your patience this morning. Long calendar. What's your date of birth?
10/04/96.
And I see an address on North Longfellow Avenue. Is that still a good address?
Yeah, I just moved in there yet today.
Oh,
We pay a bill of $150 a week
okay,
and stuff
hold
like
on.
that.
Hold on, I'm not asking for anything. This is what's called initial appearance. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. That's why I wanted to cut you off, not to be rude. I just didn't want you to say anything that would get you in trouble. All right, all I'm gonna do today is set release conditions and tell you when the next hearing is. Mr. Perez, what are you saying? $25,000, anything to add?
Judge, just to note that he is on parole and the extent of the injury to the victim at this point are unknown, but appear to be serious.
Hold on, don't say anything.
Okay.
Ms. Rubin, your thoughts?
He does have a parole hold for a short time, so we ask that you set a bond, so he's getting time credit.
Very well. I'm going to set bond in this matter, $25,000 cash is secured. Should defendant post bond, he shall be subject to pretrial services release. He shall monitoring and treatment as directed by pretrial services. No alcohol or drugs, and surrender firearms and not possess any firearms again if he posts bond. No contact with the alleged victim. Do not return to the incident location. I will appoint the public defender to represent Mr. Wilson in this matter. The next hearing is on August 27, 2024 at 1:30 p.m. The preliminary hearing. If you post bond, that will likely change, so it's important that you keep in touch with the public defender and pretrial services. Okay, thank you.
Yes, excuse me, Judge.
You say?
That's 2397.
That's what?
2397.
Her birthday?
No, the social security number. That's not 47.
Oh, okay.
What
You just said his social security number ends with a 7, not a 4.
Okay, thank you.
And excuse me, Judge.
Yeah.
I understand. They said I got an aggravated assault, right?
Okay.
But
No, we're not doing this. Thank you. Your excuse.
Can't talk about the case. She'll talk to you later. Okay?
well, it's because I have to pay my house bill every week.
Okay, but you have a parole hold, so you're being held without bond.
We're signing off on our end. Thank you.
Okay.
Bye.
Sick.